Namaste. I am Bansuri Bliss Founder Dr. Kerry Kriger. We are going live to learn some bamboo flute. And let me just get this final tech stuff set up, and we will be good to go. Alright, welcome again everyone. I am Bansuri Bliss Founder Dr. Kerry Kriger. I've got my bamboo flute here. It's a Bansuri from northern India. I'm going to be teaching classical music of northern India. I'm going to be teaching a raga, a melody that is called Boopkali, not to be confused with Bhupali, which is a famous raga. Boopkali rare raga, also known as Bhupeshwari. It is similar to Bhupali, and let's recap both of them. Bhupali, sa, re, ga, pa, da. Should da in Bhupali, and then sa. So that was the ascending scale. Here's the descending scale. High sa, da, pa, ga, re, sa. Now, Boopkali is different in that it also has sa, re, ga, pa, but the da is komal. Okay, so this is komal da. It's a flat da. Okay, should da is this, but we're not going to play that. We're going to play komal da right there. So we're going to go all the way from komal da up to sa. And then on the descent, sa, komal da, pa, ga, re, sa. So let me go ahead and play it. Alright, so partially closed. That's perhaps the hardest note to hit on the Bansuri. Alright, so if you're brand new to Komal Da, it'll probably give you some trouble for a bit. You're going to have to practice it a lot. It'll always be more difficult than the other notes. But you will get to a point, I hope, and certainly with practice. If you practice it, you should get to a point where you can play it without too much difficulty. Okay, so I almost always play it like this, so that it's the portion of the hole towards the end of the flute that's open. But sometimes I do play Komal Da like that, and some people play it like that. So it's the part facing the audience that is open. Okay? Me personally, usually I'm like that, but occasionally like that. Alright, so again, it's a big jump. Pa, da, that's Komal Da, all the way up to sa, just like that. Okay? In Boopkali, we're not going to play any of these notes in here. Okay? We go all the way from Komal Da up to sa. I have my tambour on in the background. Now, one thing that I suggest for everybody, get yourself a little portable speaker. Unless you have a real speaker system somewhere, versus just having the tambour come out of your phone. The phone speaker system is not good. Your music will sound better. You'll enjoy your music more if you're actually playing with some kind of sound system that's halfway decent. Now, the reason I mention that is because the tambour is coming out of there. The first string of the tambour is set to pa in this raga, as it is with most ragas, certainly most ragas that have a pa. We have pa in this raga. We set the first string of the tambour to pa. And when I come down to the low pa, the first time in pretty much any raga where the tambour is set at pa, I'm going to hold a long pa. So listen to it and try to get it in tune. Enjoy the sound of it. First time you come down to low pa, hold it. And whenever you return to sa, I'm playing a lop right now, okay? A lop has no rhythm. I started at sa, I drop down to the low notes. When I come back to sa, I'm gonna hold sa. Sa is the most important note in Indian classical music. So give sa its fair share of time, okay? When you return to sa, go ahead, hold along sa. All right, my goal today is not to teach a lop. I did need you to know the scale for certain. My goal is to teach you alankars to begin with. Alankars are scale exercises that repeat themselves on successive levels of the scale. So we're going to take one pattern and we're going to play it, and then we're going to move it up. Start a note higher in the scale and play the same basic pattern, move it up to the next note on the scale, play the same basic pattern, etc. to the top, and then return down. That's what alankars are. Alankars are extremely important for musicians who want to improve their musical abilities. It doesn't matter if you're playing Indian classical music, pretty much any kind of music, any kind of melodic or harmonic music, not rhythm. If you're just playing drums, you're not going to play alankars, though you certainly have similar type exercises. All right, let's go ahead and learn these alankars. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, Boopkali teental alankars. Okay, so what do I have on this page? Each line of music is one cycle of teental. Teental is a 16-beat rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Split into 4 sections. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. We can tell there's 4 beats in each section because there's 4 semicircles. If there are multiple notes above a semicircle, they all fall into the one beat. So here we have 2 notes per semicircle, and that means we're going at double speed. Each of those notes is a half of a beat. And we can see we start at sum. That's what the plus sign is. 2 represents the second set of 4. The circle is Kali. That represents the 9th beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it also represents the 3rd Ibague division, the 3rd set of 4. And then 3 represents the 4th set of 4 beats. Now, why is it not called a 4? I probably would have called it a 4, but traditionally it's written as 3 because the Kali does not count as a number. Okay, but all you need to know is we've got 4 sets of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? Here's what it's going to sound like. I just played the first line twice. What you should do with all of these, you don't need to turn on teental, as in if you have a tabla app, tambora/tabla app, you could turn on teental at whatever speed you want. But when you're just starting out, don't even worry about the tabla in the background until you can actually play this without the tabla. You should, though, try to keep your own internal rhythm. All right, so whatever speed is comfortable, let's just take it slow to begin with. So to begin with, we've got sa re ga pa da pa ga re. All right. We play it 3 times. All right, sa re ga pa da pa ga re, sa re ga pa da pa ga re, sa re ga pa da pa ga re. We don't stop in the middle though. And then for the 4th section, it's just a variation of that. Da pa ga re sa. All right, sa re ga pa da pa ga re. Okay, we take that da pa ga re and descend for the 4th section. Da pa ga re sa. So play it slow. You don't need to put any ornaments on it at first. Make sure you get it. If you know how to play ornaments, then go ahead and put ornaments on them like I did once, and I'll do it right now. I'll do it 1 line, 1 cycle with no ornamentation, and the next cycle with ornaments. So if you know how to do ornaments, go ahead and put them on. If you don't, then don't even worry about it. Let me go slow. Another thing of extreme importance, especially if you're a beginning flute player, and especially if you do not have a teacher, a guru, who is providing you with instruction on your playing, as most people who watch my YouTube videos do not have any teacher who comments on their playing. Almost every single beginning Bansuri player that I teach makes this mistake. And I have to tell them multiple times, many times, before they actually fix it. So imagine me telling this to you 100 times, because you need to think about it that many times if you're actually going to solve the problem, which is that most beginning Bansuri players don't breathe out continuously, and there's breaks in their music that should not be there, especially going from ga to pa and from pa to ga. So what you want to make sure you're not doing, do not do what I'm about to do. Okay, there should not be any breaks. And when you repeat this part that goes 3 times, sa re ga pa da pa ga re, sa re ga pa da pa ga re, sa re ga pa da pa ga re, don't break between those either. It's not finish sa re ga pa da pa ga re, think, take a breath, and then play it again. You must continue to breathe outwards. Consciously, continuously breathe outwards. Okay? Consciously, you must be thinking about it. You must make sure that you're doing it. Continuously, it's going out. The breath is going out. Breathe outwards. Take a deep breath to begin with so that you have a lot of air. The entire time I was breathing outwards, Now I have to say this and I have to repeat it over and over and over because I know that the vast majority of beginning flute players will not do what I'm saying. You won't even realize it. You'll just stop, take breath, stop, and there's going to be these huge non-musical gaps in your playing that will not make your music sound good. Okay, so be very aware of this. Now why have we spent 5+ minutes on the first line? Because when you practice it with any line of Indian classical music that you're trying to learn, you need to just play it over and over and over and over. Okay? For minutes, for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes, however long it takes, so that it's completely ingrained in you and that you're playing it correct every single time. It's not play it correct once and move on. Okay? Because 5 minutes from now, you'll have forgotten it. Tomorrow, you'll have forgotten it. A week from now, you'll have forgotten it. Okay? Play it over and over and over and over. You'd be surprised at how it continues to how it will continue to improve in sound quality. Even after you have it correct, there's still an infinite number of ways to make it sound better. And the more you play it, the better you'll become at playing it, and the longer you will retain it for, and the more use you will get out of it. So just put it on repeat, keep playing it. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my tabla on teental. If you're out there watching YouTube Live, or even if this is a recording in the future, go ahead and leave a comment if you have a question. Okay, I can check my comments right now and answer your questions. And even if I see a comment in the future, I still check YouTube comments and actually reply to them as well. All right, so I'm going to turn on my tabla. Teental. I'm on an F flute, okay? It's not an F scale flute. Let me correct a common misconception out there permeating the world of Bansuri with incorrect nomenclature. Okay, that's not an F scale flute. The scale is Bhoopkali. I can play hundreds of scales on my F flute. The saw is at F. All I need to say is F flute. If I say F scale flute, it's incorrect. There is no F scale. The scale is Boopkali. The key is F. The tonic is F. The first note of the scale is F. Okay, but the scale is not F. The scale is Boopkali. All right. So I've got an F flute. It's actually tuned at, my tambour is tuned at plus 16 cents. Okay, so it's 16% of the way to F sharp. Okay, it's slightly sharp from an actual F, and you can see that on. Let's see if this comes into focus here. It'll say F and it's hard to focus, but it says plus 16 up there in the corner. I've got my tabla turned on at 184 beats per minute. Sum. You should always know where sum is. If you're going to play with tabla, sum. You must be able to tell where sum is without looking at your phone. Sum 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kali 2, 3, 4. Sum 2. Kali 3. Sum 2. Kali 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sum. We're going to start on sum. Do you need to play it this fast? Definitely not if you're not able to play it this fast, and you're probably not if you're a beginner Bansuri player. Let's go ahead and cut the speed in half. Now there's actually a button on my, I'm using iTabla Pro. There's an X over 2 button. I can just click that, and we hear it just cut the speed in half. Okay, so now we're at 92 beats per minute. If you want to use your tongue, like I was just doing, then go ahead and tongue it. First thing is don't use your tongue, don't ornament. Another level of it is to put on ornaments or put on to use your tongue. All right, if you're gonna tongue, 2, like the number 2, or spelled T-O-O for Indian music. Okay, make sure you can say it. 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2 2. If you can't say it, you probably can't play it, and that's what we're gonna do with our tongue when we're playing it. Here. If you have any questions, send them in. You got here a little late, you probably missed the scale, and I don't know what level you're at or how quickly you can pick up how to play these. Okay, so just super fast, and also if anyone just tuned in at YouTube Live, real fast, here's the scale. Okay, sa, re, ga. Alright, that's easy to play. Alright, sa, re, ga. And then up to pa. And then what would be difficult for most beginners is going to be that we've got a komal da. All right, so that's how we get our komal da. Note that partially closed hole, and then all the way up to sa from there. All right, so the descent, or I'll just go ahead and play slow. Alright, so we've been doing the first line for at least 10 minutes, and you should play the first line for at least 10 minutes too. Each of these lines, just learn them by just the one line. Just focus on the one line over and over. Do the first line. And when you've put in a good amount of practice on the first line, and you have the basic concept of it, then move to the second line. Eventually, we're going to just go through them, top to bottom, reading the page straight through. Repeat, as we can see at the very bottom right of the page, repeat from the top. That means eventually we're just going to be going down the page, back to the top, down the page, back to the top, over and over and over and over. But at first, just focus on each one of these over and over and over. Alright, so now I've moved on to the second line, and I'm starting at the re. The pattern is the same, okay? It's like an arc. Okay, I do an arc, and I do it 3 times, and then for the 4th set of 4, it's just a descent, okay? So I've taken what I was doing at sa, and I've just shifted everything up the scale 1 notch to re. Over and over and over and over and over and over. Okay? There's no reason to move on anytime soon. It's even good practice to purposely not move on. so that you can get your mind to calm down and just do one thing over and over and listen to it closely every single time, and note the places where you either completely make a mistake, like I made a mistake earlier and I became aware of it so that I did not repeat the mistake. Okay? Or even if it's not a mistake, it's just you can tell like you're hesitant, maybe, oh, what am I going to do next? The more times you play it, those things will disappear if you're aware of what's going on and you realize, oh, that little point coming up, I need to be conscious of whatever it is that was potentially tripping me up before. I'm playing it over and over. You may be getting bored, and that's fine. Okay? If you just got bored and you're thinking, why hasn't he moved on? I haven't moved on because this is how I practice, and this is how you should practice. And if you were sitting here with me, we'd be doing this thing over and over together. And I would not have any reason to say, okay, move on to the next line, unless I've heard that you really thoroughly understand and can play the line correctly, not just once, but over and over and over. Okay? This is how we practice Indian classical music. You just put things on repeat and do it. Now, there is a time for playing a full raga and not repeating anything and making it like a performance, but there's also a time for learning a line and playing it over and over and over. So let's go ahead and move on to the next line. So the next line starts at Ga. Let's look at the left side of this page vertically and look what's going on. As I said, it's an alankar. We're going to take a phrase, okay? The phrase is one cycle long, and then we're going to move it up a notch, okay? We're going down the page, but we're going up in pitch, okay? So we go from sa to re, ga, pa. All right, just like we're moving up the scale. Komal da, but now we're actually descending, okay? We're going to descend. Pa, ga, re. What would be next? When we come back to the top of the page, we're back at sa. Okay, so we're going sa, re, ga, pa, da, pa, ga, re. All right, overall. Now let's just go ahead and come up to the line 3 and start with ga. On some. That time I did not use any gummicks, no ornamentation, just plain notes. Okay, chances are that's how you're playing it, because most beginning Bansuri players, which means most Bansuri players, because most Bansuri players are beginners, do not use much ornamentation. You should. The second you start putting an ornament onto every single note, or virtually every note, your music will be, it won't happen overnight, okay? But when you can play ornaments on almost all of your notes, your music will sound significantly better than it does if you're not using ornaments, okay? So I've got other lessons all about ornamentation. If you can do the ornaments, practice these with ornaments. But note, when I'm playing it, usually I'm putting on the ornaments. I'm going to play it right now without and then with. that time was with tongue, 2. Okay, like saying the number 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I can also do tongue and ornament. All right, that's going to be the most difficult of them because we've got our tongue is going and our fingers are doing the ornaments. Here I actually doubled the number of notes I'm playing, okay? Gaga papa dada salsa re re salsa dada papa. Gaga papa dada salsa re re salsa dada papa. Okay, difficult for me to say it that fast, but that's what was going on. I was now playing each note twice, but at double the speed I was playing it before. Gaga papa dada salsa re re salsa dada papa. My fingers are moving at the same exact speed they were before. It's just my tongue is now going double speed. Instead of saying 2, 2, 2, now I'm going tuku tuku. Tuku 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 tuku. Song. All right, so that's getting more advanced. But if you know how to play jala, that's what's going to create jala. Okay, which is an important aspect of Indian classical music. Let's go ahead and move on to line 4. So we're now shifting up, and we're going to start with pa. Now there I just actually doubled the speed, so I had to play the whole line twice to fit into one cycle. Okay, because I was going twice as fast. But let's go back to our speed as written. So I'm in Madhyalaya teental currently. All right, Madhyalaya means middle speed. I'm at 92 beats per minute. Some 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Golly. When we're in the high octave, and this goes into the high octave starts at high sa, so we go high sa, high re, high ga. We're getting pretty far up there as far as the blow on the flute is concerned, okay? If you're not used to playing high octave, note that you're gonna have to blow harder, more forcefully to get those high notes. On the flute, anytime you move up in pitch, you have to blow a little bit harder. Right? Anytime you come down, you blow a little bit softer. So we're always controlling that on the flute. So know that for this line, line 4, we're going to be blowing pretty hard. two, 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 two. All right, again, tonguing. Some of the notes were double speed. I have other lessons where I go in depth on different ways that we can tongue and use rhythm. Okay, but the melody was exactly the same. My fingers were not changing at all. It was only my tongue that was changing what it was doing. Note that when I wrote these out, these can be played this speed, no problem. When I wrote them out, I was intending them to be played for fast teental. Da din din da, da din din da, da tin tin ta, ta din din da. That's how much we've done so far. I just played the first 4 lines. The entire time I've been teaching this lesson, I had not done that. One line after another. And that's the same way that you should practice these. Perfect each line by itself. You're not going to be able to play through the whole thing if you have yet to perfect each line on its own. Now, we've finished the first half, okay? Or at least we've learned the first half. Now that says ascent. We're going up. Sa, re, ga, pa. Now we're going to descend. Now it's going to start one note higher, but the general movement of it is descending. Da, pa, ga, re. Okay? And it won't be done at the re. We're just going to repeat from the top and come back to sa. Okay? Sa is the note of resolution, generally speaking. But my goal is that you just go through the page. Go through the page. Go through the page. You don't stop. You don't take a breath. You go for as long as you can. You take a breath when you need to take a breath. And especially, the lines are easy to breathe at the end of each line. You have plenty of space to breathe. Now we go even higher. All right, from da up to high pa. All right, da, sa, re, ga, pa, ga, re, sa. All right, that high pa, we definitely have to be aware of our blow. We're going to have to blow hard to get a high pa to come out on pretty much any flute. It's going to take practice, certainly if you've never gone up to high pa. I pretty much always will have my top finger up during high pa. If you don't have that top finger up, if you try to play high pa like this, you're going to have some trouble getting it to come out. If you lift your finger, it'll be a lot easier. Lift that ga finger, the top finger, and then your pa will come out a lot easier, okay, for high pa. I almost always have it up for middle paw too, not for low paw. Low paw, it has to be down. Middle paw, you kind of have your option. I'll usually have it up because it will sound better tonally. The quality of the note will just sound better. But for high paw, it pretty much has to be up. Over and over and over and over. Whatever speed you want to do it at. Ornamentation or no ornamentation. Tonguing or no tonguing. Okay? However you want to do it, just take the line and play it over and over and over for minutes. 5 minutes, 10 minutes would be good. Okay? Now, let's just go ahead in the interest of time and move on. Well, really, we've done the other lines. Okay, there's nothing new about lines 6, 7, or 8. We already did them. Look, this line 6 is the same as line 4. Line 7 is the same as line 3. Line 8 is the same as line 2. So we've already done them. Now, then, it would be, since we've theoretically put in lots of time into each one and perfected each one, then we will string them together and go down the whole page, okay? And how I like to do it, it's going to be a lot more complex going through them all than it was to just do the same one over and over. If I mess up anywhere, then I have to do it again. Okay, don't stop. If you can't do it, eyes closed, top of your head, then you keep going until you can. And once you can do it, then you keep going. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and turn on my tell. I'm going to leave this in a fast teental, and I am going to go ahead and I'll just play it at full speed. So it's ton speed, I call it. Okay, because that's what a ton is. A ton is a fast, full speed line of music. And these will help with your tons. Okay, if you play Indian classical music, you're playing a raga, you need to be able to play tons, and tons are full speed just like this, and these will definitely help you be able to play tons. And keep going up and down, keep going up and down. Okay, so I went all the way down the page, and then I played the first line. Okay? Now I could end there, because it ends with sa. That's the note of resolution. That's the note where pretty much you always end Indian music. Okay? But really, don't stop. Just keep on going. All 8 lines of the page. Repeat, 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 over and over and over. Okay, you could easily spend a whole hour of practice just playing this page of music. Now let's extend it even further. Do these only work in Boopkali? No. The simplest way to use this for other ragas is to think about other ragas that also have sa, re, ga, pa, da, sa. Bhupali. Okay, if you want to practice these in Bhupali, just make the da should. All right, get rid of the komal line. The line under the da signifies that it's komal. Okay, make it all should. And then you're practicing Bhupali. Shivaranjani has a komal ga. Sa, re, komal ga, pa, should, da, sa. So if you want to practice these in Shivaranjani, then go ahead and do that. All right? I think I may have actually written an exercise almost precisely like this out in Shivaranjani many years ago. Okay? The form, the structure of these is a common type of alankar that comes to me often. I don't remember. Was I taught this or not? If so, what raga? I don't know. It doesn't matter, okay? Because our alankars in pretty much any scale that we practice alankars, they're transferable between ragas, between scales. Okay, as long as we can keep that structure there. Let's see. Vibhas, a somewhat rare raga, also uses sa, re, ga, pa, da, sa. All right? Sa, re, ga, sa, komal, re, ga, pa, komal, da, sa. Though there's also a version of Vibhas that uses a should, da. But it doesn't matter. Pick your scale, change up what's komal and what should, and do the same exercise. It doesn't even have to be ragas that are only sa, re, ga, pa, da, sa. These will work for any pentatonic raga. Okay, we're keeping the same structure. We're going to do an arc like that. Okay, we're going to do it 3 times. And then on the 4th time, we're just going to descend. Okay? So get creative. If you practice these a ton in Boopkali and want to do it in a different scale, then go for it. All right. If you have any questions, chat them in, whether you're on YouTube. I can see YouTube comments. Or if you're on Zoom, then go ahead and chat it in if you have any questions or not. If you actually want to play, if you're on Zoom and want some actual feedback from me and don't mind being on YouTube and people Bansuri players hearing another Bansuri player play. If you've ever taken a Bansuri Bliss members lesson with me, we're on every Saturday and Sunday. Every Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. Los Angeles time. I've taught every weekend for the past 2 years probably. Okay, so with actual Bansuri players, and most of us actually play, everyone can hear everyone play. We get used to getting feedback. Everyone's at different levels. We've heard every level of Bansuri player that you can imagine, from people who can barely play to famous masters joining in with us. So if you want to play, let me know. If you have questions, chat them in. And let's see, if you've never heard of me, I am Dr. Kerry Kriger, founder of Bansuri Bliss. And let's see, we're looking at an actual Bansuri Bliss Academy lesson. Okay, so I have Bansuri Bliss Academy that I've created. I'm always adding to it. There are literally hundreds of lessons in probably 35 ragas. We've got these divided up. Beginner Bansuri courses, so that when you become a Bansuri Bliss member and gain access to all of these courses and all of our Zoom classes that take place every weekend, and our Discord community where you can chat with other Bansuri players and ask questions and get answers. Here's Bansuri Bliss Academy, beginner courses, getting started with Bansuri. This is free to everybody. You don't have to be a member. Go to bansuribliss.com/free and get yourself a free Bansuri Bliss account. You'll get access to getting started with Bansuri, which has the fundamentals that I think every Bansuri player must know to be able to go forward with their Bansuri playing. You're not going to learn too much of a specific raga in here. You're just going to learn the general concepts that you must understand in order to learn Indian classical music effectively. You also get free access how to choose and purchase a Bansuri. So if you're looking to get a new Bansuri, a better Bansuri, then I've got about 7 pages written up on my thoughts on what the things that you should be thinking about for your next Bansuri, and the things that you may even want to discuss with your potential Bansuri maker. So that's another free course. Go to getting started with bansuribliss.com/free. There's also 2 other courses in there that you'll get for free. All right, so Bhupali, this right here, probably the most thorough course on any raga ever created by anybody at any point in time. There, you won't find, if you do, let me know, but I've never found anything even remotely close to as thorough as this Bhupali course. And I created it. Why did I make it so thorough? Nobody ever taught, probably no one ever taught Bhupali to their students this much. You don't need to learn this much of one raga, okay? But I wanted to put it all in there so that you could not have to focus on new fingerings or anything difficult. 5 notes, sa, re, ga, pa, da, sa, okay? And then you could just learn the music. So what I did was I put pretty much every aspect of the raga that a person should know, and that there's lessons in these, okay? So this has probably 30 different lessons in it, at least, okay? On every aspect of raga that I think is important. Tons of different kinds of exercises, lots of alankars, how to play a lop, compositions in different tals, okay? Teental, how to improvise in the tals, tons and tihis, incredibly important. Jor and jala, incredibly important. Different tals, rupak tal, ek tal, and then some real recordings and some real lessons, including my teacher, Pandit Vijay Raghav Rao, teaching me Bhupali back in 2007. Okay, so that's Bhupali. Now that's just one of at least 30 different ragas that I have in here. So I do encourage you, if you are serious about learning Bansuri, then this is the best place on the internet to learn Bansuri. Okay, so I do have these set into different levels. So even if you are a expert or on your way to becoming an expert Bansuri player, and I'll tell you there aren't that many expert Bansuri players out there. Okay, the vast majority of Bansuri players have not learned in a formal sense and are still beginners and need some actual training. But even if you have Bansuri background, then there's tons of new compositions and probably even new ragas in here for you to learn, and in what I consider to be the clearest, most understandable teaching that you will find, because I have everything thoroughly written out. It's easy to read, and lots of videos in depth, just like I've been teaching today. Okay, so that's all Bansuri Bliss Academy. Look, that's tons of courses. So I encourage everyone, go to bansuribliss.com/membership, and you can sign up and become a member, okay? And it's not even that expensive. It's significantly less expensive than all of the money I put into teaching myself or to acquiring my musical education over the past 25 years. All right, so let's stop this share. We just learned Boopkali scale exercises in depth. I did not get around to teaching the composition. And let's see, we have a question. Tahir, do you want me to unmute you? Otherwise, you can chat it in. Just okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah. Hello. Good evening. Hi. How are you?
I'm good.
It's not. Yeah. It's nice to see you, and nice to see the lecture and the alankars. I have one question. So, what about the membership? If we get the membership for level 1, it will be going on. We will start level 1 as right.
Yeah.
And
Everyone.
how?
There's only one.
Yeah,
There's only one membership, so everyone
fine.
comes in at different levels, and I
Fine.
have at least 3 courses in there that are they were created with the beginner in mind, assuming you
Fine.
know nothing about Bansuri. And then every Saturday, our Saturday Zoom class is for beginners. So whatever level you're at, we focus on the fundamentals. Sundays
And
are advanced.
fine. No, right. And what about the membership fee? How much is that one? If we
Yeah,
become the member?
yeah, you can get started for $60 per quarter, meaning for 3 months. $60 covers 3 months, so $20 a
Right.
month essentially. Or you can pay the
Fine.
whole year if you know you're dedicated, and hopefully everyone signing up, I want them to be dedicated. $180 per year. Okay, so what's that? $15 a month, 50 cents a day. You could log in
Right.
every day for a year, watch a new lesson, because I literally have several hundred lessons on the site. And you could log in every Saturday and Sunday to all those classes, 100 live sessions a year. So, like 40 cents a lesson or something, it's a good deal.
That is nothing. That is almost nothing. Actually, the thing that you are educating, that is nothing to pay. And one more
Yes.
thing, this membership fee, and this membership will be for the period of 1 year only.
For $180, it's 1 year. If you pay
1 year,
$60, it's 3 months. That means,
fine.
$60, you try it out for 3 months, and you either get something out of it or you don't. And really, the only way you're not going to get something out of it is because you don't log in and you don't take
Yep.
action. I've never met a Bansuri player who's actually shown up on the weekend calls and logged in and watched the lessons who didn't learn a lot.
Right. And it will be class will be on every Saturday and Sunday, or only on Saturday.
Every Saturday and Sunday. Yeah,
Fine.
I'm definitely on every Sunday teaching the advanced class. I'm almost always on Saturdays too, even though I have my top students volunteer to teach the Saturday classes, but usually I'm on too because I like teaching and I like playing music. And if there are multiple instructors on at once, we split into different rooms, and then people get even more kind of focused learning. So say we usually have maybe 10 students on. Okay. So if sometimes we have 2 or 3 instructors, and then we'll split into different rooms for like 20 minutes with each instructor so that people can learn from different people. And you will definitely get personalized. There's plenty of time to get personalized feedback, meaning, hey, does anybody want to play? And you say, yeah, I want to play. And you play whatever you've been working on. And then I say, hey, do it like this, do it like that, change that up, try this. And that's what most Bansuri players in 2022 are missing out on because they think that they can learn everything from YouTube, and what they're missing out on is direct feedback. So they keep on doing the incorrect things over and over, and they don't learn, how to get better because nobody ever tells them.
Yeah, that's clear. But my only concern is on Saturday. Actually, Saturday I have a lot of schedule. So maybe, and what time it will be? The same time in Saturday class?
Same time as this, 8 a.m. Los Angeles time. Yeah.
Now it is
But,
here. I have 7 o'clock in Qatar, actually, in Gulf.
yeah, where are you located?
In Qatar.
Oh, Qatar. Okay. All right.
Yeah, in Qatar.
Yeah.
In
So
Gulf.
let's see. The Sunday classes, at the end of the Sunday classes, like, they're advanced, but I do also, I'll teach something advanced usually. And then at the end, I still say, hey, anyone want to play? And we do have absolute beginners showing up there as well. And then but even if you can attend on Saturdays, there's tons of the recorded stuff that's in Bansuri Bliss Academy. And also,
okay.
yeah, and also I do occasionally, certainly if someone tells me, hey, I can never make it on Saturdays, can you do another time? I'm definitely open to having occasional, like, yeah, let's do a Wednesday night or something like that.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if somebody's dedicated enough to tell me, yeah, I want to be there, I actually cannot, can we do a different time every now and then I'll say sure.
Fine. That will be good. If we change the date or day of Saturday instead. So that will be good. So I will join. Definitely.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I look forward to
Yeah,
teaching you.
definitely. Yeah, you just consider me as a beginner because I want to start it from the beginning.
Okay. Have you ever taken lessons before?
Yeah, on YouTube. I am the student of YouTube.
Yeah.
I have seen a lot of videos from the Dr. Kerry.
Okay, good.
I mean, from you and other teachers from the India. I'm just, and I recently I have joined some school also. But the thing is the time. The main factor is time. Friday, Saturday, it's very difficult for me to spare myself.
Okay.
Rest of the days it's okay. During the night time after the evening, that will be the best time. And I have went through your this website and all the courses. It is very attractive. A long time back I have been thinking to join you, but I could not. But recently, 2 days back, I saw your email for the Zoom class. So it's a good opportunity to talk to you and to know about the further courses. So definitely,
Okay.
I will be joining this. I will take this membership for 1 year old, inshallah. Hopefully.
Good. All right. And I do teach private classes. So if you ever the times don't work out, you want, even for people, even if they can attend group classes, it's still good to get private classes when you can so that you get all that direct feedback. So that's another option for you. Okay. Well, thank you so much thanks for attending.
Thank you.
And let's see, let's finish this out with some
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Boop.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and I'm going to play a little bit of Boopkali, put this all to action. I'm going to turn on my tabla and just play some of this composition. So this is a composition. I was planning to teach it today, but we don't have time, but I will teach it sometime soon. And so this is a composition. I wrote this up February 27th. I just started playing it and then I liked it, so I wrote it down. Sometimes I write stuff and then I'll play it. Sometimes I'm just playing it. It sounds good, so I write it down. right, I am Bansuri Bliss Founder Dr. Kerry Kriger. This has been a Bansuri Bliss production, and I hope to see you soon. And we will have Bansuri Bliss shirts available on the website very soon. Enjoy your Bansuri playing. Bye.